Hi everyone. Okie dokie. So in today's video journal vlog, I am going to be talking about, something really, really hard that I went through about a year ago. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And I guess I'll just start off with this. I'm prescribed Adderall to treat a traumatic brain injury. And I have been taking it really, really consistently for about 3 years now, and it's been life changing for me. Doesn't help so much with my actual short term memory, but what it does do is it helps me so much with my attention and my focus. Whereas before, if I would forget something, I would then, sort of lose focus and attention, and I would never be able to come back to whatever it was that I'd forgotten. Whereas now, I have enough attention and focus that I can at least sort of regain whatever it was that I had forgotten. In any case, it has been extremely helpful. It got me through an entire year of school, and it's been really life changing for me. And let's see how long ago. It was about a year ago when I had already been on it for about maybe almost 2 years, and it very very suddenly and very mysteriously became out of stock at every single local. And when I say local, I mean, it started off, I started exploring just local pharmacies. Couldn't find it anywhere. So I started to kind of spread out. I'm willing to drive. I'll go and pick up my medication wherever I need to go. It was out of stock at every big box pharmacy in Northern California. Just disappeared, right? Couldn't figure it out. In the meantime, I'm starting to go through withdrawals. And this is something I was never told by my psychiatrist, is how horrific the withdrawals would potentially be. And for me, it just showed up as extreme lethargy, but that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was the sort of the mental withdrawals, the horrific negative, just negative everything. I mean, to the point where I was borderline suicidal, and I'm prescribed Adderall to treat a brain injury that was caused from a suicide attempt. So it was scary. It was really, really scary. And I couldn't find it anywhere at all. So what ended up happening is that I ended up using meth because, not an excuse, but more of a reason. It sort of fills the same receptors. It has a different effect, but at least it kept me from going through the withdrawals. Oh boy, yeah. And so, but in between the time that I was actually using meth and, just sort of frantically trying to find this Adderall anywhere, it just wasn't anywhere. It wasn't, and all these pharmacies were telling me it's out of stock, it's out of stock, it's out of stock. So I started to try to research and figure out what was going on. Like, why is it out of stock? Like, why can't I get my medication? Why can't thousands, possibly, I don't even know, millions of people who rely on this medication, why can't we get it? What's going on? And it turns out that according to, mainstream, which, don't always trust what they say, it went out of stock because the DEA put a hold on the manufacturing because allegedly it was just being abused too much. So I guess everyone had to suffer for that. I don't know, but it was about 5 months after the shortage that the withdrawals got severe enough, and where I had completely run out to the point where I started to use methamphetamine, and this led to a year-long struggle with meth, so that even when I was able to have my medication refilled, I was at this point just addicted to meth. And it was a battle. It was a long, arduous battle to get, back to any kind of normalcy. And now, I have since probably about, maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I don't know. I'm bad with timelines, but I was finally able to, refill my Adderall, and was still really struggling with meth addiction, but I did get clean from the meth, and, I have been, active in recovery and everything else since then. But ooh, I have at least now I have a system in place to sort of ensure that this kind of thing doesn't happen again, where I would be able to sort of, I guess you could say, taper myself off if needed, because I have a feeling it is going to happen again. There is a lot of evil. There's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of corruption in this world that some people are aware of it and some people aren't. In any case, I know that this evil is it's trying to pull us into the darkness, and it'll do whatever it can to make that happen. So, I'm just glad that I'm on the other end of it, and and I'm just praying. That's all I can do. Is pray that we'll be able to overcome, and we will overcome. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks. Bye bye.